It doesn't matter how much money you have, how attractive you are. Confidence is a hard thing to attain. I remember when I was just starting out in my career and I went to go meet a girl in a cafe who we had a business relationship, but things were heading into a romantic relationship. And she was already at the cafe and I bought my coffee, I took it over to the table. I was one strap in my bag falls, hits my arm, the coffee goes everywhere. I remember not caring because I was always a little bit of a goofball when I was younger. So I sort of just played it off, but with genuine, uh, nonchalant ways. And then she handled the situation kindly. She got some tissues for me. But the intensity she brought to the situation after, and me trying to quickly cover the situation up, it made me nervous and it made me lose my confidence and it made me become somebody I wasn't. I couldn't stop talking about the situation, which is always a sign of lack of confidence. And I wanted to make it right for her because I could see I had shattered some illusion of myself to her. And of course, when I look back on that situation, I look back on it completely differently in the sense that you realize your life and how you are is down to how people make you feel. If you've been bullied your whole life and you lack confidence, there is the reason right there, because you haven't had people around you to give you that confidence. I was very unconfident at high school, but outside of high school, I had lots of friends. And in a way, I was a leader to that group. Not just because I was the oldest, but I was the most confident. I decided what we were going to do as a group. But in high school, nobody knew me, nobody spoke to me. I had no confidence to speak up. So if you do lack confidence, consider it probably is your environment what's crippling you. It could be your parents what have wrapped you in cotton wool so you feel unsafe when you're out in a workplace or a social environment. You just feel like you aren't able to be yourself. And through the rise of social media and the fact we're always swiping and we're living in these internal worlds and we don't communicate as much as we once did, although you could argue we communicate more in a different way. We don't communicate in a natural way. We are becoming more phobic of each other. So that's what I worked out in my confidence. I also worked out people like unconfident people because it's relatable. When I watch an interview from my favorite band, musician, artist, whoever, even if I'm talking to a doctor and they tell me they're nervous, it makes me feel better because they come across more human. So that's another thing I've learned, and it's actually something I struggle to do on these videos. I think there's been this big struggle my whole life of the authentic me, I think, is an interesting character. And to get that across on videos, or not even on videos, just, to other people in my life has always been a big struggle to me. I have been blessed with having people around me what do get me, and they see the real me and the character I am. But I have lacked the confidence to say the things I want to say or be the person I want to be through the environments I've been in. And as I've got older, that has changed, and you do realize that is a younger person's issue. As you grow in the world, you do become more confident. Anyway, I hope this has been interesting. I'm going to continue my walk, which is a catchphrase now. I'm going that way through the various shrubbery. Okay, have a good weekend, good week. Ciao.